We're headed for a digital global currency system where Bitcoin is most likely to become the standard once it is universally accepted, much more value, $500,000, $1 million coin. There's a price, about $500,000 a coin, where Bitcoin becomes worth more than all the gold in the world and can continue to grow with the global economy, where gold is growing at 1% a year, global economy is growing at 5%. Gold cannot be the standard, so it'll be a digital system. Maybe the dollar is a big piece of it, or maybe there's one, but Bitcoin will be the backing eventually, not the US dollar.
Recent instability in the cryptocurrency market, hampered by increasing interest rates and growing inflation, has led to several industry analysts forecasting a market collapse in 2022. Speaking with Kitco News, the economist and founder of HS Dent Publishing, Harry Dent, discussed his market outlook for gold, Bitcoin, and the equity markets. Markets have peaked and will continue in bear market until 2024, and the Fed can do nothing about it. I think the market has already topped January 4th for the S&P 500 and we're heading down, said Dent. And the Federal Reserve is going to find out that their something-for-nothing stimulus didn't really work in the end, and people are going to find this out only when things crash. Although the stock market has done well over the last few decades, Dent said this is deceptive. People are now thinking it can only go up, said Dent. You have to get shocked out of that, you know. History shows a 40% crash within the first several months. He explained that the Federal Reserve's money printing has sustained the economy until now. Yet when the crash comes, it will be worse than people think. We're about to go into a recession already. There's no soft landing here. The Fed is hoping for that. They don't understand the underlying trends of the economy. We are so overstretched, the biggest bubble in everything. You can't keep a dead body going. According to Mr. Dent and his current situation in the cryptocurrency market, he warned that Bitcoin could go down as low as $3,000 before shooting to $500,000 or even $1 million in a future market boom. Dent was of the opinion that the current crisis, after the biggest bubble in history, would demonstrate that it is not possible to just print money, and it will also demonstrate that countries want a new standard, something genuine and something for the digital domain. Before we listen to him, we want to use this opportunity to appreciate all our viewers and subscribers for their support. Thanks for watching our videos. Please help us reach 150 subscribers by subscribing and sharing our videos with others.
My bet is it's going to go to simply the 2018 low after the last bubble crash, okay? That was 3,250. So 3,000 to 4,000 is my target for Bitcoin. At best, it goes to 10. So we're not bottoming here at 20. Everybody thinks, well, now you buy. No, you buy it at 20. If it goes to 10, you lose another 50%. If it goes to 3,250, you lose 70, 80%, okay? So you got to remember, the more it goes down, the less of a downturn it creates to have a big percentage loss. So it's still dangerous. It hasn't bottomed yet. It takes a couple years for a bubble like this to burst. And crypto is the future. I'm extremely bullish on crypto and digital currencies and money creation. It's a whole new money system emerging. It's in its infancy. It's having its baby bubble where it's get overvalued. It's got to crash. It's got to go from 40,000 coins down to some reasonable number, like whatever. You know, it has to shake out. The dot-com industry did this. Amazon was a small company when it bubbled up in the late 90s and then crashed. Tons of dot-coms went under, and the strong like Amazon came out and went from $6 to 3,500 in the next boom. So I am extremely crypto is the next big thing, but it has seen its baby bubble and it does have to crash. And I put a number on that. Why did I get to 3,250? I'm marking the same amount of crash for Bitcoin as Amazon, the leading .com, did, 95%. It might be 90, okay? Maybe it's 6,000. But if I had to bet, I'd place my bet. I'd be buying Bitcoin if in the next year or two it hits 3,000 to 4,000. I'd be pumping it up because I see Bitcoin going to 500,000 to 1 million in the next boom. And maybe gold will tend to bottom earlier than that. They are the bubbles, especially Bitcoin is the lead bubble. It will tend to crash faster and hit that bottom and tend to lead coming out of it. So I would say Bitcoin will see maybe 80% of its losses by the end of this year, or say early next year, January, February, and will, if anything, bottom several months before stocks. Absolutely. It is not gold. Gold was a safe haven. We were an inflationary economy in the 70s. Gold is a hedge against inflation. That's what it's correlated the most with over its entire history. We're talking a deflation of an entire financial asset bubble like the 30s, and gold was fixed back then. So I can't say, see what happened to gold back then? Gold was fixed. So gold didn't go up, but it didn't go down much because they fixed the price. Gold should do what it did in 2008, just deeper. Gold went down 50% at the end there, or I think 45%, most of that in a couple of months. It was the last to fall, but it went right with everything else. I think gold's going to be down more like, 60% or more this time, but it's still less than other financial assets. Treasuries are the safe haven.
Okay.
And again, the longer term the Treasury, the 30-year Treasury is going to go up a lot more than the 10. TLT is the easiest to buy ETF, and that is a mix of those two, 20-year average. ZROZ, Z-R-O-Z, is leaning more towards the 30, so it's a 25-year average. The best thing to buy is 30-year Treasury bonds, but the easiest thing to buy is ZROZ, and that will go up more, about 50% more than TLT. So the long-term Treasuries are the only safe haven. AAA corporates are next, but why buy a AAA corporate when a Treasury bond is even safer? If the U.S. government can print money to keep a bubble going, they can print money to pay off their bonds, and they will. They will not default on that Treasury bond. I don't care what happens. We're headed for a digital global currency system where Bitcoin is most likely to become the standard once it is universally accepted, much more value, $500,000, $1 million coin. There's a price, about $500,000 a coin, where Bitcoin becomes worth more than all the gold in the world and can continue to grow with the global economy, where gold is growing at 1% a year, global economy is growing at 5%. Gold cannot be the standard, so it'll be a digital system. Maybe the dollar is a big piece of it, or maybe there's one, but Bitcoin will be the backing eventually, not the US dollar. Here's the thing, US has been the dominant country. We still have better demographics and grow a little more than Europe, but we go sideways. All the growth from here on out is going to be in the emerging world, number one, and more than that in Asia. It's all going to go west. So there's no way the US dollar can continue to be the reserve currency for a global economy that's going to outstrip the US and make it a smaller and smaller point. It's natural that the US dollar in some way will not be the reserve currency. It may be part of a basket of currencies that becomes that with Bitcoin as a standard, or it might just revolve around digital currency. That gets more, but it is going to be more digital, and Bitcoin's more likely to be that standard 20 years from now than the US dollar.
Although Dent posits that Bitcoin is the biggest bubble right now, he foresees a price of $500,000 to $1 million by 2037 as the economy recovers, but only after it crashes to the range of $3,000 and $7,000 first. Do you believe that Bitcoin can fall as low as $3,000 or even $7,000 before shooting up to $1 million? Personally, I think Harry Dent is a financial clown who knows very little about Bitcoin. There is no way Bitcoin can go back to $3,000. Not a possibility, in my opinion. People will rush in and buy if it even goes to $10,000, pushing the price up again. The idea of a $3,000 Bitcoin is lunacy, if you ask me. Anyway, that is his opinion, and I have mine. Though Bitcoin did crash in January 2022, its May 2022 crash was more severe. The crypto market crashed as a result of various factors, including a depressed traditional stock market, rampant inflation, and rising energy costs worldwide. But many cryptocurrencies still haven't been able to recover from this, including Bitcoin. Between April and May 2022, Bitcoin lost over $10,000 in value and has continued to fall ever since. At the time of writing, it sits just above $21,000, though it has dropped below the $20,000 mark multiple times already. Regardless, I believe Harry Dent is way off the mark in his predictions. Bitcoin can never go down as low as $3. What do you think? Let us know your opinion in the comment section. Thanks for watching.